Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Dr. Baher Fuad, and the subject today Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Dr. Baher Fuad, and the subject today is appreciating Allah's blessings over us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed each and every one of us in different ways. And there is no way we can count or enumerate Allah's blessings. So first, what are these blessings? في سورة النحل chapter 16, the bees in the Quran, والله أخرجكم من بطون أمهاتكم لا تعلمون شيئا. Allah brought you out of the wombs of your mothers, you knew nothing at the time. وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة لعلكم تشكرون. And He gave you your hearing, your eyesight, and your hearts and intellect in order that you may be grateful. So our hearing and our eyesight is a great blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We take it for granted, we do not appreciate it until we lose it. When or if we become blind and we cannot see and we are dependent on others, or if we become deaf, we cannot hear and also become dependent. This is when we truly appreciate these blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the way to be grateful to Allah is not to use our hearing to listen to lies or gossips or rumors, and not to talk idle talk or to spread lies and accusations, and not to look at things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made unlawful or forbidden. There are sometimes things that we look at and we do not see or appreciate. في سورة يوسف chapter 12 in the Quran, وكأي من آية في السماوات والأرض يمرون عليها وهم عنها معرضون. How many of the signs of Allah, they pass by it and they are not able to see it or appreciate it. The other thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us with is our hearts and our intellect, al-af'ida. Now some people, unfortunately, their hearts have grown hard. They do not care for others. They only care for themselves. They don't show any empathy or sympathy. ثم قست قلوبكم من بعد ذلك فهي كالحجارة وأشد قسوة. Your hearts grew hard after that, and it became like stones, like rocks, or even more hard than rocks. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us our intellect, our ability to think, to learn, to understand, to reflect, to reason. And sometimes as we grow old, we lose part of this or all of it. We start losing our memory, do not remember things, and we may revert and become like young kids. ومنكم من يرد إلى أرذل العمر لكي لا يعلم من بعد علم شيئا. And some of you revert to feeble old age until he does not know anything after having known so many things. الآية في سورة الحج, Pilgrimage, chapter 22 in the Quran. Another blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that He provides for us. We work hard to earn a living, and sometimes we are successful, sometimes we fail. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who allows our efforts to succeed, or He causes it to fail. And it is not whether we are poor or rich that brings us closer to Allah or away from His favor or mercy or guidance. It is what we do with the money that He allowed us to earn. If we have faith and we spend our money in the right way, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless our money. He will replace it. He will write it for us in our book of good deeds. أولم يروا أن الله يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء ويقدر إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون. Do they not see that Allah gives more and gives less to others? In this indeed are signs for people who have faith and understand it. فآتي ذا القرب حقه والمسكين وابن السبيل ذلك خير الذين يريدون وجه الله وأولئك هم المفلحون. Therefore, if you have faith and you understand that it is Allah who gives more or less, gives more to some people, less to other people, then it is your obligation, it is your right to give to the relative, your relative who is in need of your help, and to the needy, and to the wayfarer. And if you do that, then you will prosper and succeed. So there is a certain right for other people in our money. Now, if we withhold it, then the money that we withheld will be used to punish us in the day of judgment. Now, another blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is His guidance. He offers His guidance to us. It is up to us to accept it or to reject it. If we accept His guidance and we obey His orders and we live our life as He commanded, then He will give us a light that we can walk through people knowing and understanding our objectives and goals in life. أَوَمَنْ كَانَ مَيْتًا فَأَحْيَيْنَاهُ وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُ نُورًا يَمْشِي بِهِ فِي النَّاسِ. Look at the person who was dead. He had no faith, no knowledge, and we gave him a light. Through that he can walk among mankind. This light is the light of faith and the light of understanding and appreciating God's blessings. كَمَنْ هُوَ فِي الظُّلُمَاتِ لَيْسَ بِخَارِجٍ مِنْهَا. Is he the same as the person who is in the depths of darkness, unable to get out? Also, if we obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and accept His guidance, we can see the attempts of Satan to seduce us and to divert us from the path of Allah and to misguide us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, شَيَاطِينُ الإنس والجن يوحي بعضهم إلى بعض زخرف القول غرورا. These are the devils from humans and from jinns. They talk to each other with flowery discourses in order to misguide each other. Al-ayah fi Surah Al-An'am, chapter 6 in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised that if we obey Him, He will protect us from the evil influence of Satan. إِنَّ عِبَادِي لَيْسَ لَكَ عَلَيْهِمْ سُلْطَانٌ وَكَفَى بِرَبِّكَ وَكِيلًا. You have no authority over my servants. Enough is your Lord as a guardian. Another blessing of Allah is He allows some people to live to old age. It is not how long we live, but it is what we do with our life and whether we do good or not. The Prophet ﷺ told us that every human being on the Day of Judgment will be asked to account for four things: his whole life, what did he do with it; his youth, when he was active and creative, did he use it properly or abuse it; and his money, how did he earn it, how did he spend it; and his knowledge that Allah gave to him and his wisdom, did he spread useful knowledge or not. Narrated in Tirmidhi. Now, another blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that He allows us to enjoy life in moderation, and if we are good and faithful and get close to Him, He will send His inner peace to us and we will be happy and content. الذين آمنوا وتطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله. Those who believe and their hearts find peace and contentment in the remembrance of Allah. The ayah in Surah Al-Ra'd, chapter 13, the Quran, the thunder. وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّن شَيْءٍ فَمَتَاعُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَمَا عِندَ اللَّهِ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَىٰ أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. Whatever you got is the pleasures of this worldly life, but what Allah has in store for you is much better and everlasting. Al-ayah fi Surah Al-Qasas, the stories, chapter 28 in the Quran. المال والبنون زينة الحياة الدنيا والباقيات الصالحات خير عند ربك ثوابا وخير أملا. Money and children are the allures of this worldly life, but the good deeds that last is better and better rewarded in the sight of your Lord. Now, it is up to us. As I stated before, there is no way we can count or enumerate Allah's blessings on us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us and knows our human weakness, and He is forgiving and is merciful. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نَعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا إِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. If you try to count the blessings of Allah, you cannot enumerate them. Allah is often forgiving, most merciful. The ayah in Surah Al-Nahl, the Bees, chapter 16 in the Quran. And in contrast, in chapter 14, Prophet Ibrahim in the Quran, وَآتَاكُم مِّن كُلِّ مَا سَأَلْتُمُوهُ. He gave you of everything that you asked Him for. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نَعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. If you count the blessings of Allah, you cannot enumerate them. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَظَلُومٌ كَفَّارٌ. Indeed, man is prone to wrongdoing and is ungrateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, if we are appreciative of Allah's blessings, obey His orders, follow His commands, live our life as He commanded us to do, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised to give us more. وَإِذْ تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِنْ شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ وَلَإِنْ كَفَرْتُمْ إِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ. Allah ordained, if you are grateful, I will give you more. But if you are ungrateful, know that my punishment is severe. Al-ayah fi Surah Ibrahim, chapter 14 of the Quran. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also gave us the example of the person fi Surah Al-Kahf, chapter 18 in the Quran, the cave. ودخل جنته وهو ظالم لنفسه قال ما أظن أن تبيد هذه أبدا. He entered his garden, wronging his own soul, and said, I do not feel that this will ever go away. ولئن وما أظن الساعة قائمة ولئن رددت إلى ربي لأجدن خيرا منها منقلبا. I do not think that the day of judgment or the hour is coming, and even if it did and I came back to my Lord, He will give me even better than this. So he was arrogant and he was ungrateful and did not appreciate Allah's blessings. What happened? وأحيط بثمره فأصبح يقلب كفيه على ما أنفق فيها وهي خاوية على عروشها. He found that his garden was completely destroyed, and he regretted what he did, and he said, I wish I did not do this, and I did appreciate Allah's blessings, but it is too late at the time. So to summary, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed every and each one of us, and it is up to us to be grateful to His blessing and to appreciate it, not in words but in action. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه وادعوه إنه سميع قريب مجيب الدعاء.